Okay, so if I look at the TOB index of popular programming languages, I quickly notice that a lot of them are only a single letter, perhaps with spare change tacked on. That gets me thinking, how many programming languages are only one letter long? According to a trusted source, Wikipedia, the number of notable programming languages consisting of only a single letter is 13, i.e. half of the alphabet. I think to myself, maybe there's a correlation here. I mean, look at how many C-influenced programming languages use names intended to just one-up C. So I decided to find the name origins of each of the one-letter programming languages in reverse chronological order, from 2019 to 1969. Maybe there's a common link. So I wanted to find the name origin of V first, so I went to its blog. It was broken. So in lieu of that, I found two good reasons. It was originally built to support a messaging client named V for Volt, that's where the V comes from, and all of its key points connect to C. It's as fast as C, and it interoperates with C, for instance. Microsoft's P is kind of similar in that it interoperates with C and sort of bases itself off of C. Ditto with similar programming languages P# and checkp. What does the P stand for? Now, I didn't find anything definitive, but it likely stands for P for protocol, based on the way the language just works. Q, not that one, is a little interesting. Instead of basing itself off of C, it's a thin wrapper around K, with Q being a Q for query language. D is the next letter after C. Next language. F is intended as modern F for Fortran, but I think there's an interesting reason its name is only one letter long that I'll get back to later. There are in fact two languages called E, with one descended from the other, but to avoid the confusion, the older one is now called Original E. Yet the question remains as to why it was originally called E. This one's a little shaky, but its core purpose is to be an E for extension to Java, but the unclear part is why it's only one letter long. My best explanation is just that Java is a C family language. R, the first language where my intensive research, Wikipedia, actually tells me the name's origin. Both of its authors, Ross and Robert, share a first initial R, and the language is just a successor of S. K is tricky. You'd think it was named K because it was produced by KX Systems, but it's actually the reverse. The company was intended to commercialize the K language. So, the true reason it's named K is because it was created by Arthur Whitney, who designed the original prototype for the J language, and because, well, K comes after J alphabetically. I know, big surprise. Then, we come to J. I read books, articles, forums, essays, emails, quotations, and Wikipedia pages, and I'm still not certain why it's called J. My very best estimation is that the J possibly honors J for John Backus, the creator of Fortran, and that's only one letter long because of S, as both are descended from APL, but again, I'm not sure. I hate programmers. On the other hand, T is pretty clever. In Lisp, nil is the constant representing false, while T is the canonical constant representing true. During this time, MIT was originally working on its NIL project, standing for New Implementation of Lisp, and the creator of T originally helped to work on NIL, but instead chose to develop T, and T is not nil. You'd think from the J shenanigans that S would also be difficult, but it's actually pretty simple. People suggested names like ISCS, SES, and SAS, so S was just chosen as the common letter from the suggestions, as well as because the same institution created C. Finally, we come on to the legendary C, and it's just called that because it comes after B. So we're finally on to our last language. Let's back up. Start at Fortran, which influenced Algol 58, which influenced Algol 60, which influenced CPL. BCPL was written as an improvement to CPL, but B were designed to strip away the parts of BCPL deemed unnecessary in order to adhere to memory limits of contemporary minicomputers. In order to represent stripping away unnecessary components, its name took away everything from BCPL except the B, turning the basic combined programming language simply B for basic. So, perhaps all of these languages, rich in history, trace back to a single goal long ago, to strip away the complicated in order to make something simple, something beautiful, something magical. But don't forget that I left F off on a cliffhanger. It was named after F for Fortran, but its purpose was to be a minimal subset of Fortran, similarly to B. Thus, my final theory is that F's name is an homage to how B stripped away all the unnecessary characters from its predecessor's name. So in the end, I think every language traces its naming ancestry in some way to B, and B's name represents the programmer's plight, adhering to memory efficiency, creating quickly typed short names, and the Zen of Python notion that simple is better than complex. Actually, this isn't true at all in the case of T, so maybe the true lesson is to like and subscribe.